Hey, I'm Spence for energeticcity.ca, and this is the Community Roundup, which is sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. And right now I'm joined by Cheryl and Stephen Petrucci from, well, you're from School District 60, and Cheryl's from the Chamber of Commerce.
That's right.
How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing great. Stephen?
Great, Spencer. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to talk about a few initiatives that they've got going on. You guys have teamed up. And we're going to be talking about, some small or local businesses, and I believe you have a coupon book that you'll be working on. So, who wants to chat about it first?
Well, I can tell you a few things that are happening.
All right, cool.
So we had this amazing opportunity in November to apply for a grant. The feds gave the BC Chamber a little bit of money to distribute through the Chamber network to communities in a shop local program. And so we were able to apply for this grant and see what we could do to better some of our businesses and the community.
Yep.
So when I was filling out the proposal for the grant, I wanted to do something a little bit different because there have been several shop local programs happening, and a lot of it have involved, gift cards or paybacks to businesses, things like that. So I wanted to sort of have a look at what were the key important things, which was how do businesses benefit, how do consumers benefit, and what do we do long term? How do we make a difference long term? So what we came up with was a coupon book that'll benefit the businesses. And then we spun it around and thought, well, how can we make kids realize the value of learning local shopping, how that cycle of spending money, keeping it in the community, it comes back through sponsorship and sports and dance groups, things like that.
And that's where Stephen comes in.
And that's when I went to Stephen. I said, Stephen, I have this crazy idea. What do you think about something in the school?
All right. And Stephen, what did you say to that?
Well, it was really well received. The timing was excellent. We had just distributed a number of funds to different schools that was donated by local businesses as well as the fire department and industry for our food programs. And so, the community was really generous this past year, and it was well needed in our schools. And I just love the idea, that Cheryl brought that this is more of a long-term initiative as far as an educational one. And we're always looking for opportunities for our students to develop some of that human and social responsibility as well. So it all fit together nicely.
So what does the what does the project look like? Have you guys discussed how you're going to deliver it to the students?
Yes, of course. And it's actually grown since we started it. So what we've decided is we are going to be presenting a module in the schools. I believe we have 4 to 6 classrooms that we're going to work with right off the bat in February. And we'll be presenting sort of an overview. Here's how you get your money, here's how you spend your money, here's where your money goes, and this is the impact it has.
Right.
And so we're going to be presenting this module, and then we're going to also introduce the kids as a fundraiser to the schools. We've had about 50 businesses engage in our coupon book.
Okay.
And we're going to give the coupon books to the school. They'll be able to sell those as a fundraiser, $10 for a coupon, and each book has about $4,000 plus value.
Wow.
And the kids will go out, they'll sell that, and those proceeds will go back to their school.
That's fantastic. Do you have any idea kind of what those funds will then be used for in the school, or have you decided yet?
Yeah, Spencer, it'll depend on the school that is carrying out the fundraiser. And so there's a number of coupon booklets, probably enough for 4 or 5 schools to be involved in the fundraiser. And so each of those schools will have some priorities as far as what they use those funds for.
Right. And what's your hope? What's the key takeaway that you're hoping that students will take away from this module?
Yeah, again, I think the hope is that it's a long-term understanding of what it means to shop local, and then the implications of that journey of $1 through your own community. Many of these students will be employed in our local businesses, and in fact, even now, Spencer, with our work experience program, many of our students are placed in local businesses, and they could not get those credits or experience unless there was that cooperation.
Absolutely. Cheryl, same question. What do you hope is the key takeaway that students take away from this module that you put together?
Well, it's very similar. These are our future consumers. And there's no doubt that this generation is an online generation.
Absolutely.
They need to understand that connection between their money, their shopping choices, and how that money comes back to their hockey team, their dance group, whatever, how that benefits the quality of life that they have here in the community. So these youth that are becoming our future consumers need to have that full understanding of how their money is so important to build a community and build their life here locally. And so we're hoping they, some of this sticks and they realize, oh, it's not all about shopping online or shopping cross-border, that there are things we need to do for the community, and there's things the community will do back for us.
Absolutely. I know that local businesses in this community, and surely in all communities across Canada and in BC, have been struggling because of the pandemic that we find ourselves in and have been in for about 2 years. What is the main kind of if there is a main concern that businesses have? What is it, going into 2022?
Oh gosh, I think what used to be a real concern about the pandemic has sort of escalated into a lot of other concerns about labor shortages, primarily, and how long is this going to go on? Because indefinitely the government can't support resources and funding for closed businesses forever. So at some point there's going to be a tipping point. When is this going to change? What's the direction, and how long is it going to take to get there?
Absolutely. With all these restrictions, what has the Chamber of Commerce done to support these businesses?
Well, we're all about resources, so we try to make sure that our businesses are informed, what kind of funding opportunities are available, what the restrictions are, what the consequences are. It's important that they have the full picture of that, right? And just making sure that they know we're here to continue supporting them. A lot of them are making their own choices about how they're going to carry business. Some are modifying their services. Some are closing temporarily, full-time. We're just trying to really connect with the businesses and let them continue to know what's happening, what we're here to do and help with, and how can we help more.
Absolutely. Well, I imagine that the hope for this coupon book is that it will offer some more support and hopefully more permanent instead of not that the stuff that you don't do does have a permanent. Didn't mean to say that, but education is obviously one of the most impactful things that you can do for situations like this. Are there any other things that you've offered to businesses to kind of support them in the past year or so?
Well, of course, we're very, very active on the provincial scene with advocacy. We've stayed on top of building our relationship with the BC Chamber, and which are sitting at the table with the province when they're making decisions. So things like the mandatory 5-day sick pay.
I mean, rapid testing, I believe we talked
Rapid testing, we've had issues with that. We're trying to get them up here and still working on it. There's, some challenges with the health authority provincially. BC has a different level of protocol when it comes to testing and analyzing rapid tests. So we've been dealing with the province about that, and it's ongoing. We're trying to continue to advocate for the things that our businesses are letting us know are important for them to stay open.
So kind of, again, looking at this past year, what's something that's gone well for the Chamber?
Oh, geez. We've had a lot of great successes this year. 2 years ago in 2019, we hosted our first Creating Energy live conference, which is a Northern oil and gas conference, which is, of course, for our region, and LNG. And we postponed it in 2020. And in 2021, we were like, what are we going to do with this? We had hoped to be live. We weren't able. So we went virtual, and it was a huge success. We had great support, both from the oil and gas sector and from really leaders in the oil and gas and LNG sector. We had presenters at a national level. We would not have been able to have had that if we were in person.
That's something I've heard, throughout this pandemic, is being able to move to these virtual events and kind of having them more mainstream, if you will. Like, you get so many more different opportunities as opposed to if you were to do something in person, because it's harder to fly somebody
Yep.
from a corner of the province as opposed to just having them tune in via Zoom from their
Yeah.
kitchen or what have you.
Totally. I mean, we had the president, country president, Susanna Pierce with Shell, and her schedule would not have allowed her to come here for 3 days. For her to dedicate several hours to our conference was critical to the success, and it was a great boost to the conference. And this year, we're looking for that same kind of support. But overall, it was a great success,
That's
despite
Yeah.
a lot of other things that were happening.
That's fantastic. What were some challenges for the chamber this year?
Oh gosh, we've had,
you
we've
could
had
name
a few
just one.
challenges. What was our greatest challenge? I think probably was the announcement of the passport in September.
Yep.
It created such diversity
And it's still
and-
you can still feel it.
and animosity and division. And that was really probably a low point, because I think that's where people stop supporting each other and we're not seeing the bigger picture, and people were angry. It was like a tipping point for a lot of people, and you could feel the frustration,
Yeah.
ourselves included, and we were just like, what can we do to continue to support people? There's so many challenges happening, and we did our best. We wrote a letter to Premier Horgan that really got a lot of traction and a lot of support, and we connected with a lot of our partners. Our membership grew through that period, which was indicative of how the community felt
Yeah.
about the work we were doing and the position that they held. And we just marched on and tried to carry on, keep it positive, and keep supporting our businesses.
For sure. Have you found that has it improved at all since the announcement of the passport, or?
I don't know if improved is the right word, as
guess.
much as every day is new and different.
Isn't it?
And we're always prepared for the next thing. There's businesses that are really struggling. We're just coming through the whole gym closure.
Yes.
September was restaurants. This time it's gyms.
I believe they
and
opened today.
They opened today, yeah. But I think that you're really starting to see that rallying against things, which, is it the right answer? No, but we have to keep moving forward together. That's the only way we're going to get through all of this, is supporting each other. We're all happy the gyms are open. We want them to be in business. We don't want anybody suffering that way.
Yep.
We also don't want the government going broke supporting businesses that can't be open, because that eventually is going to come down somewhere. Somebody's going to be paying for that.
They will be footing the bill, absolutely.
Right. So as a chamber, we just need to continue to roll with the punches and continue to stay on top of, how do we fix this next problem? What do we provide this time?
Yeah.
And we're just trying to continue to do that, but it's hard to plan for the future when, it could change.
I know, everything's this same thing that we've heard for 2 years. The future is so uncertain.
Yeah.
What's an area of improvement for the chamber kind of going into 2022?
I think the last 2 years we did just try to roll with the punches, and we really just tried to be flexible and, not pigeonhole decisions into one spot, because we never knew where it was going to be. And I think the thing that's happened already this year is that we've decided, no, we need to make some plans, because COVID could go on who knows how long. We could be 2 years more, who knows? I don't know.
Please don't say that.
Please don't say that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, exactly.
But we do need to get off that train of we're just going to roll with it, and
Yeah.
we need to start planning again.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to happen. This may happen. This may not happen. What are we going to do, and what's our plan moving forward?
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
It's good to kind of, I guess, make plans ahead, because again, I guess trying to be flexible going forward, but also keeping in mind that it could change. It could change on a dime, unfortunately.
And the chamber also has more goals. We're moving into a strategic planning period next week, actually,
Oh, that's exciting.
where we're going to start planning for the goals of the chamber. Keeping in mind, this is one component.
Right.
This is one thing we're dealing with the chamber, and there's a whole other, lots of other things we have to deal with. And we need to plan for those things. Because a lot of things, ended up on the back burner, not as priorities because of what we were dealing with in the moment.
Yep.
And everything is a priority. We need to make sure we're giving a focus to everything.
One last question for you, Cheryl.
Sure.
And I can't promise that's the last question, but if you can give us a little sneak peek, what would you say is a big goal of the Chamber this year?
Well, for certain, the Shop Local program. We're launching this. We're connecting and partnering with the school that we're so excited about. Yeah. Both Stephen and I see this as a long-term project, long beyond the grant ending. We see potential for this, for creating awareness with our youth.
Yes.
I also see it as another way for the community to connect, support each other, support businesses. We are going to put in a Shop Local Champion program.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, so that businesses can get on board.
That's awesome.
Show the logo, show support, and we'll carry on. Maybe the coupon thing will be an annual thing that we bring back. I don't know. We'll see.
Sorry, Stephen, we've left you over here for the last few minutes here.
Rightly so.
Cheryl did mention that you guys are hoping this becomes more of a long-term thing. Is this the beginning of a beautiful partnership between the Chamber and the school district? Do you think there'll be more projects going forward?
Yeah, well, even the coupon booklet, it just sounds like fun, and so I see that happening again, and it's a great reminder to all of us in terms of keeping our dollars local.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it does sound like fun. I'm kind of wondering where could someone who's not in school, I know that I look like I should be, but somebody who's not a student, how do I get my hands on one of these coupon books?
Oh, well, we're going to be distributing through the school. Stephen is going to be taking care of that. It will be a fundraiser, as we mentioned.
Oh, right, yes.
$10 for the coupon book. We will be selling some here at the Chamber as well. Same thing, $10. But it will be a fundraiser for the school, and we'll be doing a lot of marketing so that people can find them and get their hands on them.
Good.
And again, it's a benefit for the consumers as well as for the businesses. This is going to benefit everybody. So, buy one.
I believe they're coming out next week?
No, it'll be a couple of weeks.
Okay.
We start in the schools the first week of February, and we'll be launching our brand new logo that's super excited.
We're replacing this one.
No, this is the
Okay,
Chamber.
good, because I like that one.
No, this is the Chamber. We have a new one for our Shop Local program.
Oh, okay.
And it's still under wraps. It'll come out when we launch the entire program in a week or so.
Excellent. So stay tuned to the District of Fort St. John Chamber of Commerce. That wasn't the name, but that's okay. You know which one I'm talking about. It's the one with this logo, and it's not changing. So keep your eye on that. They're super pumped about this logo. I was briefed about it before we started this video.
I really love it.
Yeah, well, if Cheryl loves it, she knows what she's talking about when it comes to logos. Stephen, is there anything else you'd like to add today?
No, I think we're good. Just thanks for including me, Spencer and Cheryl, and we're looking forward to it.
Anytime. Cheryl, is there anything else you'd like to add today?
Just want to thank the school district for being so flexible and working with us on this. I think it's a great project, and it's great for the community, great for our youth.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Don't forget to shop local. That's important. This has been the Community Roundup, sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances, a great local business. This has been Spencer for Energetic City. This has been Cheryl and Stephen, who are both very lovely, even more lovely in person.
We're smiling under the mask.
Exactly. We're all smiling. You can't tell, but it's implied. But thank you so much for watching.
All right, thank you.